Knowledge is so attractive. Like in my book, knowledge is the most attractive and the most romantic language anybody can ever speak. I don't know. I just have this thing for people who are educated, people who are outspoken and confident. It's just, those are just my type of people. If you want to impress me, just go on and show off how educated you are. And I get super attracted to such people. On the other hand, there are people who are just attracted to looks, and that's fine. But I'm telling you that a handful of people out of the mass are more interested in people who actually have something to offer upstairs, people who you can actually have a conversation with. I've met people who are super attractive, but when you meet them, you can't have a conversation with them. Like, you just get like, yo, like, okay, it was all looks. Okay, I'm out of there. So today I'm going to be talking about some things you can do to help develop your brain, because in this dispensation we can't just be going for looks. And let me tell you that all these looks, our clothes, and everything fades, but you see, knowledge, that does not fade. Like your education, your intelligence, the things knowledge, does not fade. It's gonna stick with you for the rest of your life. Whatever you learn today, and okay, it's something that you've actually learned and digested. I'm telling you that it will never, ever, 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 ever leave you till you die. So, on that note, yeah, invest in your education, invest in knowledge, invest in intelligence, invest in being literate, because yeah, that's gonna stick with you forever. Hi guys, my name is Adiviri James and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna waste your time, but do not forget to subscribe, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get straight into the video. Now, there are a particular set of people I would like to call beauty without brains. Now, beauty without brains implies that while a person might be physically appealing and their appearance might be really, really everything, they do not have any intellectual substance or like critical thinking skills. They just looks. Like all that person has to offer is looks. Those particular sets of people they've invested zero in their intelligence. They've invested zero in attaining knowledge. All they have to bring to the table is their beauty, their beauty, which is not a bad thing because it's not too late. You can add some intelligence into that beauty after watching this video. This video is literally going to be teaching you how to be beauty with brains. Now the question, who classifies as beauty with brains? Beauty with brains are those people who are both physically attractive as well as intellectually capable. Those people who are both physically appealing and beautiful upstairs. Those people who you can have conversations with and be like, wow, okay. Those people possess not only external beauty, but intelligence, wit, intellectual depth, all those things, confidence, knowledge. Yeah, those are the people that we're going to be classifying as beauty with brains in this video. Now, I know that of course not everybody can classify as beauty with brains, but today I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to actually attain a certain level of intelligence, how to emanate a certain aura of knowledge. I've met some people whom I've had conversations with, and till date I'm still not over it. Like the people you have conversations with and you're just like, who gave birth to you? The people whose prowess are just illuminating all over the place. Like the moment they open their mouth, you don't want them to stop talking, and you're looking at their face, and it's like the amount of knowledge is it seems worthy of the face, or the face seems worthy. I don't know, they just complement one another. Beauty and intelligence, they actually complement each other when they go hand in hand. I feel like the concept of knowledge is lost in our dispensation. Okay, don't come for me. It's just what I've observed. It's like most people invest so much in their appearance, their physical appearance, that they forget to actually invest in what matters, your intelligence. Most people are so invested in how they're gonna look, how they're gonna appear, that they forget what's up here. And I'm not against it because I love beautiful people. I love people who dress up, people whose skin are skinning, people whose looks are looks to kill. I love people who can actually, who look really presentable. Yeah. But then what I love more is the person who's physically attractive and also knowledgeable. You're physically attractive and you're also attractive up here. You're not just fine, you're actually attractive. People who you can actually sit and have a conversation with. Not just people who you only take out because, okay, he looks good, he's gonna compliment me. You're like an ornament. You have nothing to say when conversations arise. You have no opinions whatsoever on issues that concern humanity. All you have to bring to the table is your looks. Please, for the love of God, it's not too late to invest in your education. It's never too late to invest in your education. And yes, you can never ever have too much knowledge. You can never be too smart. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as knowing too much. Yeah, continually invest in yourself, in your education, of course in your looks. One of my greatest strengths is that I know a little about everything. Like, I might not know the full information, I might not know everything about everything, because clearly nobody can, but I always know something about everything. It's like you can't have a conversation and I'm lost. I might not know exactly the entire thing, but I'm gonna know a thing or two to chip in, and I've been commended for that a lot of times. I try so much to invest in my knowledge, my brain, in things. I try so much to gain information, to have an idea, a little idea about everything. And it makes me feel so comfortable and so confident because I know that wherever you take me, if I'm required to say something, I'm gonna have something to say. Yeah, I'm gonna have something to say. I know some people are going to be thinking that, okay, some people are naturally intelligent, some people just can never ever 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 attain intelligence, and I beg to differ. I have not always been learned. Like, I've not always been knowledgeable in so many things, but it got to a point where I realized how important intelligence, knowledge, information is, that I decided to invest my time. I'm boldly gonna say that the best thing you can do for yourself in this dispensation and this world right now is to invest in your education as much as you're investing in your looks. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, external appearance is very important, because before I will get to know your level of intelligence, I'm going to need to have a conversation with you. And before I will be drawn to want to have a conversation with you, you have to be physically appealing, right? But what I'm saying is, don't just invest in your looks that you forget to actually invest in your education. You see, your looks is going to fade away. No offense, but like, your looks is going to fade away. This beauty, with time, you're going to get wrinkles, you're going to get old. But your knowledge is never ever going to go anywhere. Those things that you've learned and you've actually digested, you're going to be with you till death do you pass. Yeah. The first thing is education. You want to invest in your education, which is the most obvious, right? Because we're talking about brains. You want to invest in your education. This might be by earning a degree, by learning a skill, by doing those things that will actually classify as education, by enhancing your intellectual capability. Another way you can do this is by attending workshops, seminars that are related to the fields that you're pursuing or interested in, and also continuous learning skills. I'm telling you that this is the number one thing when it comes to brain development, pursuing an education. You see this thing called education, invest in it. Like, invest in it as much as you can, because education is always gonna pull through. Now, I know that to a lot of people, they're going to say school na scam, as is a popular slogan where I'm from in Nigeria. School does not always pull through. I get that. Now, when I'm talking about education, as I said earlier, I'm not just talking about going to school and earning a BSc or an MSc or PhD. What I mean is, pursue either a degree or a skill or whatever it is that you feel is going to enhance your intellectual capability. Invest in it. Like, invest in it so much. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to come to an end. When it comes to pursuing a degree or learning a skill, it's going to come to an end, and you can go on and continue investing in your looks or whatnot, knowing that this is done and it's over. right? So invest in an education as much as you want to invest in your looks. The next thing is to develop critical thinking skills. Now, critical thinking is something I developed over time. While I was in high school, there was a group I was in, or should I say a club I was a member of, and they prioritize critical thinking skills. And I think over time it became a normal thing for me, because like even to date, there there are places where I don't actually have to apply my critical thinking skills, but I do, because like why not? I might just be bored and suddenly start questioning things that just simply exist. Yeah, I do that a lot. My friends find it annoying, but I literally want to find out how this and this relate. I want to know how this works. Like I want to know why this is like this, why that is like that. Maybe it's because I'm a scientist, I don't know, but well, I will be a scientist when I graduate and everything. But I find it so interesting that this is this and that is that. Like I want to know why this is this way, why that is that way. When it comes to critical thinking, it involves questioning popular assumptions, and also, evaluating the evidences. Like if everybody is just assuming that, okay, this is supposed to be this, you actually ask, why did you guys say that? Do you have evidence? Do you have anything that proves that it should be that way? And you go on to, like, I'm not saying you go on questioning literally everything you come across, although I do that, but in things that actually matter, go on to question it. I met a business person recently who is doing very, very well. And, I asked her a couple of questions, and she said why she is so successful is because she questions everything. Like before she started her business, she asked a lot of questions. After she started a business, she's asked a lot of questions. And currently that she's running the business, which is a success, by the way, she is still asking a lot of questions. Yeah. So you want to practice your critical thinking skills. Challenge yourself sometimes, challenge yourself to think outside the box, to actually think this through, to break this down, give your hypothesis, develop it to a theory, go on to do these things yourself, develop your critical thinking skills. Because at the end of the day, I tell you that you find situations where all you really need to do is just think it through, and you've already harnessed the skill. Still on beauty with brains, you want to invest in your physical health. As I said earlier, beauty with brains. I'm not just talking about brains, neither am I just talking about beauty. I'm talking about beauty with brains. So you want to invest in your physical health. As my dad would say, nothing is more attractive than a person who is healthy. Physical health not only helps develop your cognitive function, it also aids your appearance. So literally you want to invest in your physical health in terms of exercise, balanced diet, sufficient sleep. That one is very important. And you name them. Just, try to invest in your physical health, your physical and mental health, of course. Try to invest in those, because at the long run, those things are also going to count in how knowledgeable you seem, or how knowledgeable you are, to put it that way. Okay, this one, social skills. One thing I love about my channel is that usually when I'm making videos, I also learn things that I apply to my day-to-day life, because obviously I'm not perfect, am I? So as I go through, as I do my research for my YouTube video, I come across things that I, of course, did not know, and I become better. Is it the social skills of a thing? I'm terrible. Like, I'm terrible at socializing. I don't know. Humans are just not it for me. Okay, that was a joke. But I have terrible socializing skills. Well, some people will feel like I'm okay, but usually I just do it out of necessity. If I have it my way, I do not want any interaction or any form of socialization whatsoever. But of course, I have great communication skills, also from high school. Develop your communication skills, develop empathy, develop emotional intelligence, and you will become unstoppable. I'm telling you, as a white person said, he said, the connections you make right now, the people you communicate with, the friends you make are going to be your connections in the future. When you become an older person, the people who you're interacting with right now, the people you've met, the connections you have developed over time are going to be the people that are going to be there with you later on. So right now, start investing in people who you think you're going to need in the future. Yeah, you want to do that. I should absolutely do that. I should absolutely do that. I mean, I know a lot of people, but I don't communicate with a lot of people. I don't know. I don't know. It's just not it for me. And it's really because I don't go out a lot, so I don't meet people, and I'm not one to chat or make calls and all of that. But I think I should try that. You know, if I'm telling you to do that, I should do it too. So let's challenge ourselves. Let's develop our communication skills or our social skills, whatever. Passions and hobbies. I love talented people. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I have this friend who can dance for Africa. Like, if you just start playing music and this girl starts dancing, you would not want to leave the room. Like, she is such a good dancer. And you know what's the funny thing? She's studying medicine. Which is amazing, by the way. If you're watching this, I am so proud of you, honey. I'm so proud of you. But, you know, also engage in things that make you happy. Engage in your hobbies, in your passions. You know, just like give it some time. Do it every now and then. Engaging in things that you're actually passionate about helps to provide some sort of intellectual stimulation, you know, and it makes you seem more attractive because you're doing things that you're actually passionate about, things that make you happy, and at the same time you're showcasing your unique personality and talent. So, you know, every now and then try to do things that you're passionate about, those things that make you happy, those things that give you goosebumps. And here's the last tip: please read a book. Try as much as possible to read some type of book during your day. Like, just find some time in your day to slip in reading a book. Research has shown that reading develops your cognitive function. It develops your brain. It helps produce new cells in your brain. So literally, reading a book not only educates you, that's from the book you're reading, it also helps to develop your brain. So as much as you can, try to read a book here and there. It doesn't matter what book it is. Of course it does. But for the sake of developing your brain, try as much as possible to read a book. Read some sort of book within your day. And yeah, gradually you see that you're able to develop your brain, and you can make that brain fit that beautiful face that you're using to watch this right now. So try as much as possible to develop your brain so you're not a case of beauty without brains, and you become a case of beauty with brains, period. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said earlier, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm trying as much as possible to make this video as short and precise as possible, you know, straight to the point. And I hope you were able to pick a thing or two from this video. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe. I will see you next week, and remember to stay safe and stay hydrated. Okay, bye guys.